Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Penny Epi episode. We're bringing it from Rivals. It's the Penny Epi episode.
Is that why you say that?
Yep.
Yeah, it's all Eugenio's fault.
It's all
He
my
started.
fault.
It's
I
all
can't
he
stand
started
using
saying
full
it.
words.
He started saying it,
Penultimate.
and penultimate is just too much, so we just say Penny Epi.
Penny Epi.
I like that you said you can't say full words, so you made 2 words.
What? No, no, Penny Epi, penultimate episode.
We have fun here.
Is it easier or is it harder? We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easier, just shorter.
We got some good energy going on, y'all.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming from last episode, it's kind of wild. So I mean, let's just jump right in, shall we?
Yes.
So last episode, I don't remember what happened at the beginning of it. Yes, I do. You all you started in Skullport. I'm sorry, I was 2 episodes ago when you gave Sealgar an existential crisis about going outside.
But it's been about 40 minutes on that for sure. In different groupings.
Totally fine.
But last episode we began overlooking the town of Skullport as you had been led by the Kuotoa, who think you are their god, into this underground city. And you ventured into the city and heard screaming. You met a woman who owned a pet shop who said that her pets had all gone missing as well. You, in your companion Scotty, the rescue pup, the bestest rescue pup, you put on a show to try and lure out some people, some beholders, something, who knows. And it appeared to have worked, as the glowing, gleaming visage of a beholder-like creature appeared. But due to some really good rolls, actually, Scotty vanished into the darkness under a cart, and having found no familiars, this beholder-like creature went off elsewhere. You gave chase and found yourselves accosted by several people in creepy robes. And after some fighting, some slipping out, some rolls, you all were transported to a tower far beneath Skullport, approximately like 17 levels under Skullport or something like that. Where you found familiars out the wazoo, and one Halaster Blackcloak who has been adopting these companionless familiars. You had some chat with Halaster, realized that maybe all of his components are not in the component pouch, and he seemed to get the idea that y'all were gonna fight the Xanathar or steal his fish. Who knows? It's a little up in the air. But as we left the episode last week, we said goodbye to wonderful Scotty, who got a sending message that his mother was looking for him, revealing himself to be magic all along. Yay! And he left you all with the potion around his neck as we ended the episode, and you all get a long rest.
Woo!
A level.
Woo!
Woo. So we begin approximately 7 to 8-ish hours later, because time isn't real underground. And as you all come to consciousness, there is the sound of much chatter around you, because this tower is just about crawling with familiars. And Halaster is nowhere to be seen.
That's more than moderately concerning.
Well, the tower has 3 floors. He might just just might not be on this floor.
I just mean if we don't know where he is, he's doing something bad.
Like
Maybe
a cat.
taking a nap. I don't know.
Hey.
Should we go look for Halaster, or are we supposed to be making like a decision by ourselves about how we're gonna proceed here? I'm very confused about what we're supposed to be doing right now.
I appreciate that he cares for these little lost familiars, but it does feel like maybe we should decide on our own what it is we want to do, and then we can involve him when we know what we need from him. He seems distracted.
Well, what do you want to do, Pest?
Well, at the core of it all, we want to make sure the familiars are taken care of, yes?
Yeah.
We were proceeding under the assumption that that would mean reuniting them with their companions, but now it seems that perhaps that's not the situation we thought it was. Some of them may have been ripped from the clutches of their loving summoners, but some of them might just be like us.
Do you think it's worth it to try to find like the handful of companions then, or what do you think, Marvel? Now that or whichever, or Jeremy too. Which one is
Jeremy
it?
Tuvalis?
5.
Well, and then he kind of like starts floating. So we figured out where everyone is, and wait, we know where the familiars are. Do we know where their companions are? Are the companions here?
Not that we've seen.
So should we assume that like the Xanathar is taking the companions in relation? Well, we did see all of those stone people.
Yeah, we saw some stone people.
Is it possible those stone people are some of the companions of the familiars here that was the Xanathar acting out to say, if you're taking the familiars, I'm going to take their friends?
Seems possible.
So we could just go kill the Xanathar.
But certainly that couldn't be all of the companions. I mean, there were plenty of stone statues of people, but not nearly this many.
Do you think this, well, excuse me. Let me say that in a way that's not diminishing your intelligence.
Oh, dear.
I've learned. It is very likely the Xanathar has more than one hideout.
Oh.
So there's probably hordes of people that are stone, just kind of underground, left alone in the dark by themselves, potentially forever if no one comes to find them.
Are you starting to get the feeling that the only reason Xanathar is like turning people into stone is because they're mad at Halaster, and Halaster's mad at them, and they're just doing stuff that actually they don't really care about the familiars or the companions, and
100%.
we could solve their
This is a lover's quarrel.
Yeah,
So we
and if we
need
could
an
just solve their
intervention.
quarrel, do we have like a love potion or something cool, or like friendship bracelets?
I guess you people here just solve those through conversation.
I gave 2
Sometime.
solutions. If you have another one, I'd like to hear it.
Well, in the hells, you can just kill people and they come back. So, like, it's like, you don't love me. See you now, see you tomorrow. And then
Do
you just
you
it
think
over
we
and over
could
again
kill
till
the
it works.
Xanathar, though? I think I've heard they're very powerful, and we might not
He's an
make it
eyeball.
if we
So here's what
take-
you do.
Mhm.
Do what you do to normal eyeballs.
I
I'm not
don't
gonna say it.
know. Yep.
I'm not going to say it because I don't want it to be graphically uncomfortable for people viewing. That's Gabe. But there's a lot you can do. And this was just big.
I think
You know,
the
eyeballs
first-
only have like a single layer, like a really thin layer in front of them. Like you people see out of.
I think you killed the DM.
Good.
My first concern is the happiness of the familiars, and I think my first vote would be to go talk to them about whether they're happy here, if they know anything about their companions, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And
about you,
honestly,
Goddale?
Marvel, I'm not, throwing out the idea of killing the Xanathar. I feel after last night's rest, I feel remarkable, more powerful, you might say. And it feels sort of like a fun idea to go out and.
I kind of just want its corpse.
Well, like I said, we really should just do whatever it is the familiars say they want, since we're supposed to be helping them.
I'm just saying, if we kill the Xanathar, we could take over and pretend to be the Xanathar, and then get. You're right.
It disturbs me a little that I don't really necessarily oppose that plan in theory. It's just, it seems like a bit of a heavy lift.
I have telekinesis.
Speaking of heavy lift, you are briefly interrupted by the sound of grunting on like one side of the room,
Oh.
as the room that you have fallen asleep in appears to be something of an exercise room. And there are two flesh golems who are in here just kind of like lifting weights.
Amazing.
And you all have you all have kind of like come to consciousness on like an exercise mat that has been kind of like shoved into the corner.
Hey, new friends. And I have the broom kind of scoot. Gail, are you still in the bucket with me, or are you somewhere? The other bucket? I don't know what bucket that we're doing these days.
I'm in the bucket.
Okay, all right. And I have the broom scoot our joint bucket over to the golems. Hey, new friends. I am Mugen, and this is Gail, and we have some questions.
There's one who appears to be like he's sitting on a bench and he's like doing bicep curls, and it looks at you and goes,
Oh, that's it.
Oh. Hi. Do you speak common? Am I speaking the wrong language? I only know one language, I think.
It shrugs.
I tried Dwarvish. I can speak Dwarvish for some reason. I don't know. It's on my sheet. I don't do this. I don't know who did this.
I mean, it shrugs again.
I give up. Gail, what do you want to do?
Oh, goodness. Okay.
And Gail's just gonna kind of look around.
I think we should follow Pest and go and let's talk to the familiars.
And the entire time this is happening, Gail, his little head is going like this, watching the bicep curls happening. So you're just like, he's lightly just splashing water out as his little snout kind of like kicks it out of the bucket over and over.
I think we should just go with Pest.
Oh, okay. I turn to the two golems and go, never mind, we got it, I guess. Bye. Still be good.
When the golem that you were speaking to is he's using just one dumbbell, and he waves back.
I like this.
Oh, they're so friendly.
Okay, all right, Pest. Let's find the friendliest familiar, I guess.
Yeah, just sort of looking for
Friendliest
either
familiar.
Yeah,
Okay.
big concentration or people that, kind of random sample of whoever's around that we can
Okay.
check in with about like how are conditions? Do they know where their companion is? And if so, do they want them back?
Sure. So you come out of this room that you're in, and you realize that this room is one of 4 that is on there's 4 rooms that lead out onto kind of like a main floor. And you realize you're at the top of the tower because that's where you went to talk to Halaster the very first time. There aren't that many familiars up here. There's maybe like 3 or 4 who are just kind of like congregated in the same way that you are.
Yeah, they seem like a good first stop. Smaller group, get a sense. Because if we're super off base right at the top, like, a few people will be able to, or a few familiars will be able to tell us that. Oh no,
Yeah.
we're happy here. We actually asked them. Our companions were awful, that kind of thing. Like,
Right. And these 4 familiars, as you as you step out of this room, they actually do notice you. And as you get the idea to go over them, they are also kind of like on their way to you. So you kind of like meet in the middle.
love
And they
it.
say, "Hi, you must be new."
Yes, I'm Pest.
I'm Gail.
Hi, I'm Mugen, and I'm also Mugen.
I'm Marvel.
Hi.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, that's
I'll eat
interesting.
you.
That's even more interesting. My name is Maul.
Oh.
Like-
Hello, Maul.
And you see this little pseudo dragon kind of like stands up onto hind legs and pretends to like swing a maul.
Oh.
Not like short for Molly, understood.
I
No,
was
no.
thinking like Uncle Ball.
No. Just like you swing a maul.
Ah,
Right. So how did you come to this place, Maul?
Well, it's been a while, but I was brought here
Oh.
a while ago by either of those guys downstairs in the black robes or whatever.
Sure. Do we know what they're talking about?
Yeah, the people who teleported y'all here.
Okay, the ones that got us too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
How did you get here?
Oh, same way. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But very recently, just yesterday, in fact.
Oh, so you're like brand new.
Hmm.
You were gonna say something? Small miniature giant seahorse?
yes, if you had to rate your comfort level here, like your enjoyment of these facilities on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we at?
This little pseudo dragon again stands up on hind legs and seems to do a one of these, like actually considering. I think that, well, I kind of miss the sun.
Yeah.
So I would rate it -1 for no sun.
Okay.
And so I and my former companion, they're no longer here.
Oh.
And it's different living conditions, but it's all right. Like we get to go outside and stuff, but there's just no sun.
So we're at like a solid 8 or like a 7.5?
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
I told you we should make it out of 20. That way we don't need the halves. But
It would have made more sense, but we live and we learn.
it's true.
How where are your companions? Do you like
Also gone. I don't.
make a deception or a persuasion check?
What did you say? Also, what?
I said also gone, and I
Oh gosh.
don't know if it's true, so I'll make it persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah, really unclear. We never really wrapped that up. Let's see.
We'll talk about it
He's
next-
either alive or dead, and either evil or not. So
Uh-huh.
a wide range here.
Well, that's a crit fail +1 is a 2.
Oh. Yes, I see that.
oh yeah.
They are they are also gone, because that's, I know exactly what you mean, and that's exactly what happened to ours.
Look, if you ran away, that's fine. Some companions just are nice.
We might have run away.
To be honest, we just don't know. It's been so long that we don't remember.
Oh. Well, you just should have said that. And the other 3 familiars are kind of just like murmuring in that way that means I don't want to voice them. There's one leader and it's Maul. And he says, well, that's fine. I mean, like I say, it's kind of cramped quarters here because there are a lot of us, and this tower is not as big as like some other towers I've seen. But it's fine. If you want to stay, I mean, you'll fit in, right? You fit in well.
But are you free to go and come and go as you please? Because you said it's not like, could you just leave if you wanted to?
Well, I've never tried.
Oh.
Have you? And he turns to the other familiars. They're like, we don't need to leave.
Just to sort of, important part of our survey, which of the following words would you most think applies to your situation? In need of rescue, on vacation, work a day, leave me alone, this survey confuses me.
Or other.
Yes.
One of the familiars in the back was, what's work a day mean?
You're very busy and hard at work all the time.
Oh, no, it's not that. I
Excellent.
this familiar who I said I didn't want a voice, who now has a voice, says, I'd have to say other. On vacation or other? I mean, it's not quite vacation if I don't have a companion to go back to. So somewhere in the middle of that.
Y'all are giving them so many options. Do you all want to stay here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't mind.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And is that sort of the general consensus around these parts with familiars?
Yeah? I mean, it beats waiting to be summoned, you know?
So you don't want a new companion. You're okay staying here. You don't need help, and we should just leave you alone.
Well, I mean, you don't have to leave us alone. I mean, if you're here, we can be friends, but I mean, like we're fine.
Good.
Huh. Oh, okay. And then just one last question before we don't leave you alone at all, but just go about our business and do other things. I just want to clarify, just so we're all on the same page. When you said your companion's gone and everyone's companion's gone, does anyone have a companion who's like they're separated from, but the companion is still what's the tactful way to say alive?
Alive?
Alive, but their companion's still alive.
Well, I obviously can't speak. We can't speak for the rest of the familiars, but our four us four, our companions are gone. Like it's been many a year since our companions have been gone. But and we're not the oldest companion. Like we haven't been here the longest, mind you. But like some companions, when they come, it's like they're a little upset that they've been some have companions that they want to go back to. But Halaster, you might notice he's a couple of gemstones away from a resurrection. I don't think he listens well.
That's one way to put it. He certainly hears his own conversation going on, regardless of what's spoken.
Yeah, that part.
Mm-hmm.
So I bet if you talked to more of us, you'd find a couple of us who'd want to go back to wherever we were before this. But I mean, you get used to him.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. It was really good to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Oh, before you go, do you know, are any of the familiars around here, any of them from the pet store up the way here in Skullport?
Yeah, actually. There's I don't know how. I've never seen like a sturge familiar. You know, the big gross mosquito looking guys. There are a couple of them.
All right. Well, now I want to talk to them much less, but that's all right. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely. And they actually go into the room that you just left, what appears to be like an exercise room or a gym.
People really like swole. Yeah, people really enjoy their fitness here. It's nice, I guess. Should we talk to the pet? Did you want to talk to the pet store familiars too, or?
Well, I to be completely honest, I don't know, Mugen. I'm a little thrown for a loop. They seem perfectly happy here.
Maybe we should just go talk to the Xanathar and just like see what's up. Like maybe it's gonna be fine and we don't have to fight them, and they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, I just have some companions here and they formed a cool poker club and there's no problems, and then we're done.
I mean, I definitely want to know their side of it. I think.
I feel like we're missing a big chunk of information. You know.
You know what? If we see the Sturges on the way, though, that pet store is really sort of weirding me out. What a strange. I mean, why would you?
It-
If we're just taking hold on, I don't know.
You know, we never figured out who screamed earlier because we thought it was that lady, but it wasn't that lady.
It was a scream.
A couple of mysteries still hanging.
That was me.
What?
Was it?
Yeah,
Wait, why did you scream?
because I wanted us to get down here. Well,
Can
Marvel.
I roll to see if Marvel is telling the truth?
Yeah, absolutely. Insight check.
Yikes.
I mean,
Oh, well,
I 100% believe him, but I suppose we should see what.
Okay, I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you totally believe him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, mystery solved.
Yeah, all of you were talking, and then I needed a way for us to get down here fast instead of slowly. So I figured I'll just make a scream, and then all
Never
of you
been
who like care about people will just run to the scream. It's really
Mm.
interesting, but it's efficient. So
It did work.
that's why that lady came out of the house and had no idea what was happening. I didn't know she was down there.
Oh.
So useful that she did.
Almost took her out.
Kind of
My
did.
goodness.
All right. Well, mystery solved.
It's
That one at least.
maybe this is something that we should figure out later, but I think there's a lot to unpack with the fact that we seem very uncomfortable being told that everyone's okay and happy here and that we don't need to help them. Like,
This theme-
that doesn't feel right in my gut, and I feel like I should probably do some work on that aspect.
Unless
of my
something is so
personality.
wrong and we just haven't figured it out yet, is the other thing.
What? No, you
But I
all
can't let go.
been so lost for so long. I'm pretty sure that you're inflicting your own personal concerns on these familiars who are completely happy and content.
But
what-
Marvel.
What if we're just projecting? Because
Hmm.
we look for problems to solve because it gives us a
Mm.
sense of purpose. And if there's no
Mm.
problem, then what do we do?
Listen,
Go
this
home?
feels like a loose thread that if we pick too much at it, the entire adventuring economy is just gonna.
Oh, I already started. I'm going down the rabbit hole in my head right now.
But here's the thing. The Xanathar are something to pursue, which is what all of you were pursuing before, even though
Mhm.
technically you were following threads that I was leading on. But that's besides the point. Now it's still related, and you have something to pursue. Like, now you have a reason to go to the real Xanathar, even though it wasn't the Xanathar that was taking people. And it was just, I don't know, it was just really exciting watching you all be so passionate.
But Marvel, why didn't you tell us that you were involved with this in the beginning and that like you were kind of luring us down here so that we would go help you with this Xanathar? I feel like we should
You all
probably
don't
talk about
ask very
that.
many questions.
No,
Not to
but
me. You ask everyone else questions. I tell you the truth. I've told you the truth most of the times now.
so if we don't fight the Xanathar, will you be mad at us? Is that the
Oh.
only reason we're down here is to help you
No,
with the
I got what
Xanathar?
I needed.
Oh, wait, what? What was that? Friends?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Technically.
This is one of those times where you're telling the truth, right?
I mean, yes.
Aw.
But, okay, so here's the problem. You all are implying and inferring that I mean you all as friends. But
To be clear, I did not think that.
oh, yeah. No. I didn't get your friendship by coming down here. I got the names of demons that I'm going to make my friends.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
so I did get friends. I just gotta ask for more details.
We're remarkably trusting.
Ooh, you all? Yeah.
All right. Well, the familiars seem
Halaster's
well
like a
enough.
terrible person, right?
Halaster doesn't seem great. Yeah.
Like, why do you think he's like down here by himself? No one who's a good person has to kidnap friendship.
That is a really good point.
Yeah, but also it seems like we said, the familiars down here don't seem to mind being in here either.
Yeah, he's nice to creatures. Why do you think the only companions he have wear robes? They're culty.
Oh yeah, we haven't really talked to those people. Probably shouldn't, I think, at some point.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
You
where
wanna go talk
are
to
we
the
going from
Xanathar?
here?
I think we should go talk to the Xanathar. Because
Yeah,
I feel like we gotta figure out what's going on. But I don't think we should fight the Xanathar, is what I'm leaning towards. But, whatever you guys want to do, I'll just do it.
I agree with Mugen. Mugen's really come a long way in the last 18 episodes.
I just got electrified and almost died too many times, probably.
It just shocked a little more stimulation up there.
Yeah. Okay, so do we know which way to go? To the Xanathar's house club
Interesting.
place?
You have no idea where you are other than the fact that you're in a tower.
Oh.
Underground.
Marvel, do you know?
You think it's it's underground. You can't, there's no sun.
Oh. Marvel, do you know? Have you ever been to the Xanathar's place?
Have I, LaTia?
Well, I mean, you all have been there.
Oh yeah, we were there.
You just don't know how to get there from where you are.
Right.
Did we? Hold on.
Should we roll survival? I don't know.
We could. I mean, Marvel, maybe you would do us the honors of perhaps asking Halaster for a return to from whence we came, so that we can, and all we have to tell him is that we want to have a conversation with the Xanathar and just not elaborate.
Yeah, sure. You said that weird, but all right.
But he doesn't like the Xanathar. Oh my God!
Okay, so from the third floor, you yell, and from below you hear, "I'm down here.
Come up here.
You come down here."
Why? You should rise as you are ascending as royalty. Don't make us come down to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Hell yeah. $22.
It goes silent, and you do hear. He's like he goes silent, and from the staircase below, you see him like appear, and he levitates up the stairs, but levitate being what it is, he's got to pull himself up the stairs.
You're right.
But like at the top of the stairs, he like pulls himself with enough strength to like kind of sort of catapult him into the middle of the room, where he then dispels levitate and lands on the ground. Hold on. Where's my D20? Okay.
Oh no.
Where he actually pulls himself too far. And he kind of like skids across the floor and not lands is not the right word. He collides with his throne. Because he rolled a nat 1 to be impressive.
Ooh.
Yeah, you see, he kind of like turns out of his robes, he like straightens his robes, and he's like, "How was that?"
Incredible.
That was
Not what I expected.
the best thing I've seen all day.
Hey, Hallie Scary. So, can you do us a favor? And we want to go. What did you say?
Oh, what was it? Oh, have a conversation with the Xanathar.
Have a conversation with the Xanathar. I think he's implying insult him?
I mean, insulting him would be hilarious. Is this conversation going to involve words or magic spells?
Yes.
Which would you prefer?
Magic spells.
Well,
It could be both if it's verbal.
both is good. Both is good because, yeah, both is good. Yeah, I mean, somebody make a persuasion check with advantage. This is good.
Does anyone
We're
feel
all afraid to do it.
I'll do it.
Good, do it.
+1. It's not great.
Yeah, same.
Take it. What do y'all have?
Marvel's
16.
got to have better charisma than that.
16? Okay. So
Yeah.
you say have a conversation. That definitely means you're going to either kill him or relieve him of his fish. Right.
It's down to one or the other at this point.
I mean, truly.
Yeah, preface.
Whichever. Well, if you take his fish, that's more damaging to his like pride or whatever, and it causes such chaos amongst the little people that scurry around and do things for him, because then they have a time limit to find another fish before he like goes completely berserk and murders them all. It's very, very wonderful to think about. But if you kill him, then another one will eventually just appear. So
Oh.
thus the cycle continues or something like that. So I think you should relieve him of his fish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If
Okay.
you could, we don't need to be handheld, right? We can just be pointed in the right directions. We just like get directions, take
Well,
notes.
no. I'm sure. Well, come now, Gale. You don't believe that Halaster is powerful enough to teleport us there?
Yeah, I mean, I'll believe it when I see it, Marvel.
Gale, Marvel,
Hmm?
you get in a circle. Get in a circle.
I mean,
Oh,
okay.
before you go, and he starts looking into a whole bunch of like, he's got pockets on pockets on pockets. This robe is basically like
Bags.
16 bags of holding.
Ooh, scary.
And he pulls out 5 little rings that have little horns on them, right? And just like little, yeah. And he doles them out to you all. Like he puts one on Mugen's horn, the quipper that's got a horn. He puts one on Mugen's horn. He hands one to you, Marvel. It takes him a minute past because your tail is, and eventually he like sticks it on your tail. And he gets to you, Gale. You have a horn too, don't you?
I
not looking at-
I just have like a elongated snout.
Allowing his snout. Okay, you won't. Will you be able to breathe if I? How did?
And Gale's gonna kind of like stick his little snout up and do like try and slide it
Okay.
so it'll go down his neck so he can wear it as like a little necklace if it's wide enough. I don't know how big it is.
It's an actual ring, but I think we can kind of work with the magic and say that it enlarges to, it will enlarge to fit the wearer. So
Okay.
like as it slides down your nose, like it feels that there is more space still to go. And then it kind of like fits over your head. And then once it settles on your neck, it just kind of like, it looks like a cute little neck band.
Little choker.
Mm-hmm, little choker.
Oh.
All right. So it's going to take you some time it's going to take them some time to get used to you. But once they're used to you, you can get back here whenever. Well, it's not so much you get back here. Look, I have enemies everywhere. So this place is ensured to not be inhabited by magic unless I say so, right? Like you can't use spells and things, but those, and he points, like he boops Mugen's horn and he boops you on the head, Gale, and he boops you on the head, Pest, and he thinks differently of booping you anywhere, Marvel. You can use magic in here, is what these will do. So if you come back, once you come back, or if you need to find a way back, you'll be able to do that.
And when we come back, will you change us back into our original forms or no? Or I kind of like being a dog, but we can't do that.
No, I suppose I can see the difficulty in being a swarm of two quippers when you don't have a lot of water.
What if you just
Yeah.
made them be able to breathe air?
I could do that, but Mugen said that they like being a dog.
We could try one now. Do the other later.
Test run, just drive it around the block a few times.
Well, no, I'm going to give you, and he looks around and 24 hours. Well, 24 more hours to see if you like this. If you get used to it, you can keep it. But if you're not used to it, then we'll see about changing you back.
Mm-hmm.
Deal?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody group up in a circle.
Okay.
And you all kind of stand in the circle, and he teleport. Where does he have to do this?
It's a broom with 2 buckets and people touching fins, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's like
weird.
little clump.
It's really weird. So he starts to look very like theatrical and very Fantasia about it, but then he's like, "Oh no, I have to go with you."
Oh.
Okay. All right. And he steps forward, and then he like kneels down, and he reaches for your hand, Marvel. He takes your hand, and he reaches for your paw, Pest.
Grimishka.
Yeah, Grimishka. Your Grimishka paw. And then now where to the Xanathar's lair, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me get the
End up on
D10s.
a plane of fire.
Look, this is gonna be fun.
Can't wait.
Let's
We love a teleport.
see. He is familiar with it.
That's good at least.
Okay. So you disappear. And then you reappear. And you are standing in Skullport.
Oh.
And like in an alley somewhere so that Halaster can't really be seen. But he looks around and he goes, "This wasn't so bad. This wasn't so bad."
Was it
Are we-
supposed to be bad?
Well, I didn't get you directly there, but I got you close.
Oh, good. Where is it? Where are we exactly?
Oh, wait a minute. I lied.
Oh no.
But no. I lied. Good for y'all.
Oh,
But
good.
Yes, no, it was two away from what I thought I'd gotten. So he teleports you actually. So it is still Skullport. He teleports you to the entrance that y'all came in at. So not directly the Xanathar's lair, but not the city of Skullport where y'all would have to walk.
Well, this is great. This was perfect.
I stand corrected.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I owe you one, Marvel. I lost that bet. Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
This is so stressful. I don't like lying.
I know, we're getting it out of here as soon as we can. All right, and thank you so
Acting.
much, Halaster. We'll go and have our conversation with the Xanathar.
Yes, and he winks at you, but he's not very good at it, so he just like blinks really hard at you.
Right.
And then you see he kind of like turns and walks away, and then vanishes again, and you get the impression that he has again teleported.
I hope he made it home. I mean, he's not my favorite, but I worry about him.
Oh God.
He definitely doesn't seem like he's all there. Something weird's going on with him. Maybe he just needs a snack. I don't know.
He's a Snickers, you know.
Amazing. I rolled a 100, so he's definitely home.
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
All right. Well,
So you are back at the exit to Xanathar's lair. Well, it would be the entrance now, but you're kind of standing at that kind of overlook where you could see the 3 layers of Skullport and such.
should we check in with Silgar and see if he knows where the Xanathar is?
Yeah,
You
that's a
have
good
another
idea.
idea? Moog and I look like I interrupted. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. I was gonna say I don't know what to do next. Hee. So let's do that.
Sure.
All right. Well, we could probably find our way back to that room at least.
Of course. Give me just a hot second to pull up some maps. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
It's less lying and more acting.
Okay, so but what's the difference?
Acting you do as a performance. Lying you do with the intent of being a bad person.
What about
Or-
white lies? Now we're getting into it. What about white lies that are used to help people?
What's a white lie?
Does feel like this is the wrong audience with which to banter about morality.
What's a black lie? What's a gray
I
lie?
I don't know.
Medium
It-
one.
This
Medium
is
strength.
confusing me more than it's clearing things up. So,
Yeah.
so
It
you're
feels
saying
like how all of our conversations have gone lately.
Mhm.
you're saying that as long as you don't mean to be a bad guy, that it's not a lie, even if you're not telling the truth.
There's a whole weird sense of morality that people on this plane follow.
Uh-huh.
I think there's a difference in a lie that you make that doesn't harm people. It's kind of like a red lie because it's not necessarily harming people.
Who gets to decide if someone's harmed by it or not, though?
The subject, I'd say.
Okay.
If Halaster decides he's upset that we got him to teleport us here,
And it was a lie and it was bad.
yeah.
But otherwise,
If he feels okay with it, then it's not bad.
I learned
Maybe.
so much from you, Marvel.
Ooh, you shouldn't, but I'm glad you do.
As you all walk back down the corridor,
I'm gonna introduce you to my dad.
you walk back down the corridor that you took to get here. And,
Not in the dating way. I want to clarify that.
Oh my God. And the lair is still like empty.
Huh.
The Kuotoa that you sent back down here are not there. But a cursory glance does not denote any signs of a struggle or anything. Like you think they might have kind of just gone back to the room that you found them in or something like that. They might be elsewhere.
They're respawned in the same place.
You left the map. They've respawned to where
Yeah.
they belong. So yeah, you do know the way to the Xanathar's lair. I'm not gonna describe the map to you any longer. The Kuotoa led you from where they were to here, and from there you actually came from the Xanathar's lair, so you know how to get there.
Should we just go straight there? Or do we need anything on the way? Look,
I don't think we left anyone behind here that we should check on at this point. Oh, no, Dottie and the rest are on the other side, so no.
Yeah. just soul guard.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that not where we're going to that room first? Sorry, I must have misunderstood.
No, if that's where you're going, then that's where.
Oh,
you
yeah,
where you
okay.
can go.
Yeah, I gotcha. Sorry.
Okay, cool. So you walk through a bunch of rooms. Make some stealth checks for me because the deeper you kind of get into the lair, like you do hear people kind of walking around and stuff.
I'll cast Pass Without Trace to give us all +10 as we try and make it.
Okay.
Total
I mean,
of 30 for
I-
Mugen. Yeah.
I will say, like right now, it doesn't seem like you need to if you want to.
Oh, really?
Is
Is it- Okay. The way I've been rolling, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay. You cast Pass Without a Trace. I need you to roll a d6. Oh, no, you're not allergic to your own magic.
Right. I super was ready to, though. I also was ready to when we teleported, but I thought, well.
Ooh, I didn't
Up to
think
you.
about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Nah.
No? Okay.
That would be a 24 for me then.
Okay.
26 for Pest.
Pest, I can't see your rolls. Can you make sure that they're showing to me?
How peculiar.
I mean, I believe you, but
Yeah, of course.
I'm not seeing your
Yay.
rolls.
Funny enough, I can't see anyone else's rolls right now either, but it
Oh.
did say it's sending to everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah,
The
nobody
DTT
rolls are
thing.
showing for me either.
Oh, same.
Huh.
Oh, I'm seeing everybody's.
Oh, I just reloaded and everyone showed up.
Let's
Oh.
refresh.
Game logs have been a little
Refresh.
funny lately.
Okay. Okay.
But your rolls are phenomenal. So as you make your way through the lair, you do hear as you pass by a sort of big circular, like a gladiator pit. Like you hear the sounds of fighting as you kind of like, make your way around the bleachers to leave the room because the bleachers line the path that you're taking, and you see what looks like a minotaur fighting like two people, and it's not going well for the people. But the minotaur, the minotaur, actually looks like a sentient minotaur, like a person minotaur who's just like, ha ha ha, I am awesome, as they are kind of kicking the snot out of these two people. But past that, you make your way to the half circle room, to the circular chamber where the people are, the companions you suspect are standing in stone, and you make your way finally to the Xanathar's lair, where you see Sealgar in his big old fishbowl.
Hey, Sealgar, we came back.
And he's at the far end of the bowl, and he comes to the end where the door is, and he presses his face up to the glass, and he's like, oh my gosh, you did come back.
Anything
Hi,
different?
Shh. He's back. And you see he jerks a fin behind him to where you see, you may or may not have noticed before, but there's an offshoot to this room where it is kind of dark, and you suspect you can kind of see movement back there.
Is he in a good mood or a bad mood?
They're both the same. It just depends on if he's throwing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Is he? Throwing stuff. Yeah.
Got it. No.
Great. That's a good
No,
start.
it's not throwing stuff.
Excellent.
Well, that sounds great.
But what are you doing back here?
Conversation.
Yes. Very good, Gail. Yes, excellent.
Thank you.
A conversation
We're here to have a conversation, yes.
with me, or
Well, this one with you was on the plan, yes.
That's
okay.
going great
Yeah.
so far.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? While we've got you, does the name Halaster Blackcloak mean anything to you?
That man.
Uh-oh.
That's that man.
What man?
The man that he keeps talking about.
Uh-huh. Good things? Besties?
That's when you start throwing stuff.
Oh, well, we don't want that.
Well, so, when I can trust you guys, right? I can trust y'all.
Sure.
You see Mugen order the broom to sort of push Marvel's face away slightly. So
Well, so when
I don't know why that tickled me so much.
I know, Gabe, please move. Thank you. I just needed you to move.
Your camera was frozen or something.
All right.
Nope, that was Gabe.
So when he leaves, right, he goes out to that town. Like, he talks about it a lot. I mean, I don't go out, so I don't know what's out there, but I know there's a town out there. And that's his town, right? That's the Xanathar's town. But Halaster, that's his name, Halaster, he wants the town. So they've been like, he isn't, his fins can't get this far apart, but they're like over it, you know?
So this is all about a property dispute?
I mean, multiple properties if it's a town.
True. But one town.
Yeah, one town.
Okay.
Do you know what his plans are to get it from Halaster?
No.
No.
Does he want to kill Halaster?
Probably.
Is there a plan?
I don't think so.
Oh. Because we kind of thought maybe the whole familiar abduction thing and companion abduction thing was just sort of the two of them squabbling about things they think the other person wants and actually has something to do with the familiars and companions.
Does that sound right?
You know, that actually makes a little bit of sense. But, like, in the way that neither of them wants to solve this problem by themselves, so they're getting other people or familiars to do it.
Sounds like we just need to get them into a room together. Talk about it.
And it is at this point. Let me do.
I feel like we should just lock in a room together, cast in a truth, and leave for like a day.
Yeah, right?
Just
Get out of the
classic
zone of truth.
sitcom move.
I
Tell
don't
one
have
of
it.
them the other one's ready to apologize. Tell the other one the other one's ready to apologize.
That's pretty good.
And then shut the door.
That's exactly like Zone of Truth.
Okay. Sorry,
Without
give me
magic.
Give me just
I thought I
just
had that,
one,
but I do not.
one
It would
moment,
work.
please.
I'm not saying it wouldn't work, is what I'm saying. You know? I'm just
Yeah,
saying
totally.
don't knock it until we try it.
Right.
Right, it would be funny.
I mean, otherwise, what do we do?
If we can't force them to be friends, then
Then you
I don't
force
know.
them to do something else. From that room behind Sealgar's fishbowl,
Mhm.
you hear movement becoming a bit more pronounced. And from the room, you hear, Sealgar, I know you don't talk. What is going on out here? And we're going to take a break. Because it's 8 o'clock. Well, it's our o'clock in our respective time zones.
yes, time zone o'clock.
I have
It's
an
time zone
idea,
o'clock.
but it's a bad idea.
Those are my
Well,
favorite kinds.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing whatever this bad idea may be or what you all are going to do after the break. We're going to take a quick 5 to 7, get up and stretch. I need to refill my water bottle. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, bye.
And we're back. Where everything is fine and nothing is going to go terribly wrong. To answer your question, Gabe Large.
Large.
And as we come back to the not necessarily booming voice of the Xanathar coming from from a chamber that you cannot see. You do see, in fact. Actually, I will give you a moment. What would you like to do as it does appear that the Xanathar is on his way out of that back room?
I panicked and started looking at spells, but not for that situation, oddly enough.
I would probably whisper to Mugen.
Hide. Hide.
Oh, okay. And I would command the broom to sort of like put us in the if there's a corner with like cleaning supplies.
Okay.
to let us slide off and just have the buckets there with like the broom like leaning against it like a normal broom and normal buckets.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so coming out of this room, there is a corner that is just like not right next to the room, but like off to the side of the room where no one would expect to see anything. So yeah, the broom leans up against the wall and the broom sets the buckets down first because we care about our familiars here. Sets the buckets down and then like leans against the wall and pretends to be a
tries
broom.
to act casual. It's
yeah, acts super casual.
like
Make me a performance check.
okay.
Mugen, please.
23 total. Killing it.
Fantastic.
Oh my god.
You and Gale slip to the bottom of the bucket and not even like after a while, not even a bubble because you are water breathers and you do not need to reveal yourselves. Marvel and Pest, what are you two doing?
I gotta dive under anything I can find to dive under because I don't have good magic for this.
Okay.
We have a second bucket.
I could if that bucket ends up is it full? Does it have anything in it right now? I don't remember.
Just water. Just water.
I'm a cat-like creature. I ain't jumping in a bucket of water.
Okay.
I mean, unless I have to. Unless there's like not a. I don't.
No,
have a bed? I don't know.
No, the Xanathar's. We haven't really touched on it, but the Xanathar's quarters are extremely plush. Like there's.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
Yeah, so you can definitely hide under like a pillow or some blankets or something.
Right.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check, and I think you would be the only one affected by your pass without a trace, unless Marvel hid within like 10 feet of you.
I assumed Marvel was gonna go with this.
Yeah.
Wait, so I just want to make sure. Do we need to roll stealth as well where we're hiding, or are we good under that performance check?
I will give that performance check to you two.
Okay.
I crit, so I got
You
a
did.
33 with my spell.
You hide underneath a pillow, and it's so plush you think you might fall asleep if you didn't know that the Xanathar was after you.
Well, and what's even weirder is the pillows have the exact same pattern and design as my fur. It's so weird.
So weird. Marvel, what are you doing to escape potential impending doom?
So here's the thing, DM. Marvel lands on the ground and like tail sitting on the ground, kind of suspending him. He's like sitting, arms crossed, legs crossed, and is looking and waiting for the Xanathar.
That is legitimately what I expected from you. I love it. Take inspiration.
Hell yeah. Oh, I'm gonna need
all
it.
of you.
I'm gonna need it.
So yeah, from behind this, it's like a double corridor that you can see behind Sealgar's fishbowl now. But coming out of this corridor is, if any of you decided to get a peek from your hiding spots, this large? How big are beholders? They're large, but like, what does that even mean in size? Who knows? It's big. 10 gross eye stalks that are like looking around, and you see 3 of these eye stalks have rings on them. Like not quite similar to what the ring that Sealgar gave you, but like, you can definitely tell that they're magical.
Sure.
Fully half of this circular head is an open maw that is currently like scrunched up in confusion as it heard talking out here. Yeah. And then the other half is a gigantic eye that is looking here and there around the room. And the beholder, first, you see, it looks to the fishbowl, gets right up on that fishbowl, and it says, like, two of its eye stalks, if it could, it would put two of its eye stalks on its fake hips as hands. But it raises its eyebrow and peers into this fishbowl, and Marvel, make me a perception check, please.
Oh, goodness gracious. $20 total.
20 total. Okay. So you know what separates familiars from normal animals or normal magical animals. You know, there's a shine in their eyes that speaks of intelligence and sentience and knowing things that other animals do not know.
Mm-hmm.
As the Xanathar peers into this fishbowl, to you, it's just a normal quipper swimming around in this fishbowl. Like, it's definitely Sealgar. The fish has not changed in the 10 seconds it took for the Xanathar to come out here. But the eyes that you see as Sealgar swims around this fishbowl are dull and normal.
That's concerning. Oh, I froze. That's concerning. Okay. Rest in peace, Marvel.
So, are you the Xanathar?
Xanathar looks up at you through the fishbowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like comes around the fishbowl and it looks at you. Marvel, for the first time in your life, you do not sense Marvelous.
Oh. Uncomforting.
And Xanathar looks down at you and says, "You.
Yes.
What are you doing in here? Who are you?"
I'm Marvel. I brought a message.
Are you one of those? Okay, yeah, okay. I know what you are, but how'd you get in here?
That's my secret. But I brought you a message.
A
Something
message.
that you're one. Yeah.
Okay. And he you just have to imagine a one-eyed, big-mouthed dude trying to do all the facial expressions I'm trying to get across on my face. And he kind of looks down at you and smirks. And you see two of the eye stalks are trained on you, not necessarily looking, but there is a glimmer in them that makes you uncomfortable. He says, "All right, what's your message?"
Orcus said he's tired of Black, whatever their name is, Halaster. Halaster's been causing some problems, and Orcus doesn't like it. And knows that you don't like them either. So they wanted to get you two in a room and then do something about it.
All right, roll me a persuasion check. This is a flat persuasion check.
Is it persuasion or is it deception? Because that's a lie.
Whichever.
Deception.
You tell us.
Right, you tell us. Marvel.
I would like to use my inspiration.
You may.
Oh dear.
Because that was not good. How? 12.
That's better.
Yeah.
Xanathar continues to look down at you, and that silence in your head is just gnawing at the back of your mind. All right. So let's say for a second that I believe you that Orcus, of all things, wants to get me and the Blackcloak in a room for some remedial debate. Why?
Do you want the clever answer or the honest answer?
Mix them up. Entertain me.
Ooh. One of you is more annoying than the other, so they expect one of you to kill the other.
That sounds like something that would just like make a demon princess day.
Okay, fine. It might not have been Orcus, but that's irrelevant.
I appreciate you.
Look, pleasure is a weird thing, all right? I don't get it either. I was told to do this, all right? I'm an imp. That's what we do.
I appreciate your honesty. Okay. So let's say that I do choose to go with you. And at this point, the beholder turns away from you to do kind of like a pacing around the room sort of thing. And you don't hear him say anything, but you definitely feel that Marvelous is back.
Uncomfortable.
You can make any kind of check you might want to about that.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Gabe knows, but Marvel doesn't. 22.
22. Amazing. So, Marvelous may have mentioned to you that beholders have anti-magic capabilities. And with the 22, it's kind of obvious to kind of notice that when it's looking at you, that anti-magic is in effect.
I'd like to split up Marvelous, but invisibly away.
Okay. What you find interesting, though, is that you also know that familiars are magic.
Oh, no.
But you didn't feel any of your magical capabilities diminish.
Fear. I feel fear.
Good. But yeah, he begins to, float pace the room. And he says, okay, I can believe that Grost would be interested in this. Grost has all kinds of weird fixations. But, like, why'd he send an imp?
I mean, I don't like the answer to this question.
I'm listening.
Most, unlike the great Xanathar, might consider an imp expendable. But the Xanathar is so great that they would have the kindness to not kill the messenger.
Make another check for me. Ooh, this can be your choice, like performance, deception, persuasion, whatever you think Marvel is trying to do
deception.
Right now.
Marvel's trying to lie out his soul. Nat 20 for a 28.
Ooh, all right. Absolutely. Yeah. So the Xanathar looks back down at you, and you hear. Oh no, Marvelous does not disappear because Marvelous is. How far away did you send? Marvelous?
Other corner.
Okay, because this room is not that big. Yeah, so looking right at you, you know that Marvelous is over there and present. All right. This is highly unorthodox.
Mm-hmm.
But beholder to imp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bored. So this will be amusing.
Yeah. Oh, it's like total jokes and laughs and okay. I'm just glad you didn't wanna blow me up. To be honest.
Well, I can appreciate the don't kill them. You're a good messenger.
Thanks. Cool. Also, Black Halaster was trying to hire familiars to insult you and bully you, but convinced them to do otherwise.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, let's get some commentary from the stealth gang. How's it going,
Yeah,
everybody?
I don't know what y'all are doing now. I'm panicking. I'm vamping.
What's
Oh,
happening?
you're doing such a great job, Marvel. That's why we're being quiet.
Fear.
I feel like
This
ahead.
is what's
Yeah.
happening. No,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
just whatever Mugen is, whatever Michelle's about to say for Mugen, just please know that I have nothing other than
I think we're just waiting for an opening, like if we can help. But I feel like if anything we say at this point is not great.
Yeah. So we have not been affected by the central eye thing where we are hiding.
No, you are all high because Marvel is in front of the fishbowl,
Right.
and the corner that Mugen and Gale are in is
Huh.
the room's not that big, but far behind and to the left.
Okay.
So it has not been hit with the anti-magic cone yet. And you're in a pillow that's kind of actually more or less right underneath the Xanath.
Oh,
Okay. Don't cast a spell, my dude. Don't cast a spell.
Would Mugen and Gale have a reason to know about the anti-magic thing that's happening? Because I know Marvel obviously was up close enough to seal guard to see that, but I don't know if we would have noticed.
No, I'd say make a history check, but not the knowledge of the Xanathar. Go ahead, make me a history check.
Okay.
You're from Waterdeep.
I'm from Waterdeep, but I'm not that bright. That's a 6.
That's okay.
same. I didn't roll.
Yes.
I will roll history just in case I help, but I don't think I.
Oh.
I mean,
That you meant you'd also roll.
Oh,
a
18.
An 18.
Look at Mugen go today.
Right? Mugen, you have a spark of inspiration. Like, whether it's a beholder looked at you once and you felt yourself like go a little non-magical. Like a beholder looked at you and you couldn't talk for the whole time it was looking at you or something like that.
Mhm.
Or whether you heard from someone in your time in Waterdeep that rumors of the Xanathar. I'll say that having a beholder look at you, that having a beholder look at you is not fun.
Okay. I quietly relay that to Gale. If it looks at you, bad things will happen. One time, one looked at me a long time ago, and my cape stopped billowing. And it's the only magic I can do. So I think it has to be magic, or maybe it hates capes. It's one of those two things.
One or the other. Okay, got it.
But I can't do magic, so I don't feel like it doesn't really matter to me.
All right. So the beholder actually he turns around and he goes back into that chamber behind, and you hear him talking to somebody. You hear him talking and someone responding, and you have a little bit of time, all of you, because it sounds like the conversation is getting not heated, but a conversation is happening rather than an order.
I don't know what we're doing now.
I don't know
What are we
either. I
doing
feel like
next?
I thought you had a plan.
You seem to be
oh.
going so well.
Yeah, well, I was gonna try to force him somewhere, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he looks at me and then I can't do anything, and he's huge.
What do you mean you can't? Sorry, you can't do anything? What does that mean?
When he looks at you, magic doesn't work.
Okay. So we just have to convince him with our words.
Oh, no.
And no magic.
Oh, but we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, this is not good. Did you convince him to go fight Halaster or whatever?
Yeah.
That's a different character. Okay.
Who's that?
This is the next best form.
Wow.
this is-
Door opens.
Yeah, no, I think I convinced him to go see Halaster. He's
Okay.
scary.
Yeah, it seems kind of like our job is done. I mean, if he's going to see Halaster, they can sort of hash it out, right?
Yeah, I'm worried he might take us with him.
Oh,
We can leave before
Why?
that happens, maybe?
yes.
It's a good idea.
I want to float over to Sealgar. And be like, hey, are you okay? Are you okay?
You see Sealgar like exhaling as if he's been holding a breath. And
Oh.
it's like you see, ugh, I hate it when he looks at me.
So that means you don't even like being around him ever? So maybe
it's
you
such a
should
weird
go.
relationship.
You want to go?
Well, no, it's fine.
That's
It's just
why.
his eye, and then it's like I go somewhere else for a minute, and then he stops looking at me, and then I'm myself again.
That's bad.
Is there any way to prevent that? Is there anything that blocks it?
Tia, can I make an Arcana check as to why that's affecting Silgar that way?
Sure.
Is it that he's 7?
Well, ask your question. What were you gonna say?
Is it that he's dead and then he just keeps getting revived and so? Oh
No.
Just
What is happening?
Look, it didn't happen. Like I was just making sure.
No, Sealgar is definitely alive.
I'm just like,
Oh.
what?
That's
'cause
so
what-
much work. You think they
But
make
here-
his same goldfish every time?
But what if? Hear me out. What if someone who has been cast Revivify on the anti-magic stops that?
I don't want to think about that right now. That's too much.
No, because there's a difference between an instantaneous effect
Yeah.
that is permanent
It's not
and a
sustained, yeah.
continuous magical effect.
Mhm,
Also,
mhm,
that's
mhm.
horrifying. And I
Find
don't-
Familiar doesn't have a duration like that. Like it's
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
we're gonna.
we can.
No,
still-
people who watch this episode are gonna have opinions about what I've decided to do with Magic Cone and Familiars, but they can fight me.
I like it. I mean, but the dead thing was.
That's just weird.
Because then
But-
what? The beholder looks away and they come back to life. I'm sorry, I'm not going down this rabbit hole. I'm so sorry.
No, we're done.
I'm so sorry.
No, we're done. But it's just when he looks at me, I am a regular fish, and I know this.
That?
I lose everything that makes me me,
Yeah.
and then I just become regular old Quipper.
So if the beholder looks at us, that'll happen. But wait, Marvel was okay though. Well, Marvel's different, maybe. You could still talk and
No.
stuff.
Yes, but
Yeah,
He
I'm
used
complicated.
the other voice all of a sudden. I think the other
Ah.
imp inside of him went away.
No, he's here. He's in the corner, but he did. I couldn't. It's very complicated.
Yeah.
Thought I had it figured out. That's what I
You hear movement from the chamber up, different movement as shuffling out from one of the corridors. You see this dwarf who is wearing tattered clothes and a funky hat that looks like it's got eye stalks on it. It's very dapper. And he says, "All right, Sealgar, it's time for your feeding. I'm gonna take care while the Xanathar goes." And oh, you've got friends. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. Well, hello, friends of Sealgar. It's time for Sealgar's feeding. And then you see Sealgar actually lifted. Like there's a difference between a fish jumping and a fish being lifted. from one bowl to the other. And all right, friends of well, I mean, he must, otherwise you wouldn't be here. One moment, please. The Xanathar will be right with you. And this dwarf goes over to Sealgar's feeding bowl and just starts like dropping chunks of meat into it.
The feeding bowl is just like a regular. I remember we talked about
it's about 3 feet wide.
Okay.
Yeah. And
we didn't need to bother the Xanathar. That's no, that's okay. Thank you so much.
This feels like a great opportunity for us to Sealgar. We will.
She's got a mouthful. I thought you were going to take him with you.
You said take me with you?
No, take him with you, meaning take the Xanathar with you.
Oh.
I'm working on it, maybe.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah, say I'm with Gale. Definitely, that's what I meant.
I meant like,
all right,
don't
Imp.
bother.
Are you still here, Imp?
Yeah.
And then the Xanathar comes. He's about like 3 feet off. We'll just put it a good 5 feet off the ground. And he comes out and he looks down at you, all of you. And yeah, for a minute, Marvel, you sent Marvelous away. Yeah. Without that. No, it's fun. Yeah, he looks down at all of you, and you're just an imp, a Grimishka, 2 quippers, and a miniature giant seahorse.
Cool. That's how we lost the game. 2 seasons.
Show's over, everybody.
Didn't even make it to the last episode. Woof. Woof.
Excuse me, Mr. Xanathar, sir. The dwarf says, they're magic. You gotta look. And the Xanathar goes, what? Oh, right. And then he hovers over you all.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, that was awful. Ugh.
Yeah, this is spooky.
All right. I mean, I very clearly cannot look down at you all.
Appreciate it.
So you just want to? There are more of you than there. Empties your friends.
Yes, these are the ones who were originally thinking that they weren't sure. Halaster tried to recruit, but I showed them that you are more powerful.
Honor guard.
We're friends?
All right. Okay. This feels weird, but I'm not going to dig too deeply about it. Where are we going?
Best choice. Skullport.
Oh, all right. Actually, he floats like a couple feet in front of you and then like floats down to ground level, actually. It'll be easier.
Oh!
Yeah, you can climb one.
I don't think, to be very clear, I don't think Pest is the least bit excited about this. Just me.
I mean, you don't have to because the broom is also you will. Okay, neat. Just the one of you. Okay, cool.
Well, the rest of them can fly. It's like quite an oversight on my part, actually.
Something went wrong in the pre-planning stages of this. Halaster didn't think this through. But yeah, he floats y'all on through the corridors, and it's a little bit more like there are a couple more people out, and then as he's moving through, you see people just kind of like deferring and getting out of the way, and like one person who's probably a new recruit is like, yo, Xanathar, and then the Xanathar like looks at him and like he it's a big old eyeball in this tiny dude's face, and he's just like, "Yeah, you're right, and he just like goes about his business. But yeah, you're going back through the corridor to Skullport.
We
Where
run into the Kuotoa again.
Why would you roll that into
Because we
business?
gotta prepare if we're gonna see them again.
high or low?
I don't know, Gale, you're the son of God.
Whoa. That's right. That's right.
Wow.
You did that. It's canon.
Okay.
That is a 4. So yeah, as you come up to this corridor, yeah, you do see a couple of Kuotoa who, as the broom passes, they immediately stop what they're doing immediately, and you are familiar with. No, you're familiar with the tones used to speak well of you, Gale, and yeah, they're like, "Hail the sun, hail the shimmering son of the sea mother, hail the shimmering son of the sea mother, who walks with beholders, hail the shimmering son of the sea mother." And the beholder the Xanathar who also speaks Undercommon is like, they've never called me that before. Yeah, I mean, I walk with beholders. I am a beholder, and he doesn't. He's just
Ooh, thank
he
God.
thinks they're weird. But you walk through the corridor, and just as you saw it maybe 15 minutes ago, the 3 levels of Skullport are before you, but 3 of you can fly and 1 of you is on the back of a beholder, so there's no need to kind of take any paths. You just kind of did he say where exactly are we having this occur?
On the 3rd floor is where it would be good, because he believes that as royalty, he should be higher up.
Okay, so it's the 3rd floor from the bottom, not the 3rd floor from.
Yeah,
It's
correct.
when we get new people in the Skullport, they get really confused. Like there's the middle level, and then it's like, but he floats up to the 3rd level. I gotta pull out the Skullport map. Give me a second.
Y'all, I didn't think this through.
It's
Well,
okay. How
did
we
any
do
of
this
us?
game.
That's no.
One day,
I mean,
I'll
it does
explain-
also feel like Halaster's gonna figure it out sooner or later that the Xanathar is in his city, so worst case.
One of these days, I'll explain to you the secrets of my DMing, and you know, maybe it'll make sense. So, yeah, so the top level of Skullport is mostly like it's a castle-y type thing. There's barracks, there's a big old wall. Wait, that's not right. That's Skull Island. There's too many parts of Skullport.
Oh, these skulls.
All these skulls.
All
no
them
forts.
skulls.
Ah, here it is. Thank you, D&D Beyond. So yeah, the upper level of Skullport, there is there's a couple of buildings and several walkways, like many, many, many walkways. And as you all are floating over the top level, you see in the upper east, like the northeast corner, what appears to be the petrified corpse of a purple worm. It's just kind of fascinating. Yeah. As you're hovering over the city. And the Xanathar doesn't look fully back at you, but like kind of like turns and, in the way that someone would look over their shoulder and says, "All right, where are we meeting? When is this? What is happening?"
Someone else talk.
Hey, Gail, should I use this ring and like go pop back and grab Halaster? Should we just force them in the same place?
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Oh, solo mission for Moon. Oh wait, hold on. This is the right idea because I'm in the bucket. And if I go back, I won't have water, and I don't have the ring that Gale has.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
That's how we lost Mugen.
I-
He teleported onto the floor one day and was just
was gone.
away.
I forget
to
I'm
put
efficient
back
half the
in
time.
I respect it though.
I would.
do.
Gail, do you want to do it with your bubble, or should I shoot someone else over to I think I'm the least qualified one to transport back.
I guess I can try.
God, I think the two smallest creatures. Okay, well, so just
I-
remember, tell him that we have the Xanathar, and he wants to talk with him, maybe, and it's gonna be really cool. So come here
Be
now.
really cool. He wants to talk to you, and it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, and maybe something else, but I haven't thought of anything else except for those words.
And
Just
Gail's just gonna like shoot a look at Marvel, like.
I think that since you are now here, my ocular liege, one of your lovely servants will go retrieve this ne'er-do-well for you. The mighty Gale.
I'll be right back.
Good luck. I hug you with my little fish fin.
Okay, I'm gonna use the ring.
Okay.
As their name implies, they are as forceful as the wind. Do not underestimate this tiny god.
Gail's trying
Okay.
really hard not to pee his pants right now.
You're in water.
Yeah, but shared water with Mugen. I have some manners.
So, you use the ring that that Halaster gave you. And you have some magic within you, so you can tell that you're about to be translocated. Do you activate your ring? Your water sphere ring?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you are translocated, you reappear within the Blackcloak's tower and are immediately covered by a bubble of water. That is now floating. I mean, you can move. You teleport in on the first floor, and Halaster is nowhere to be seen at this point, but there's like two black-robed guys and a bunch of familiars who immediately like start jumping through your water. Like wee, wee.
Oh my god. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay, that's one of the robed guys. Like, that's new. Hi.
Where might I find Halaster?
Oh, he's probably up in the scrying room. He's on the second floor somewhere. Do you want me to go get him?
No, I can manage.
And Gail's just gonna have the bubble
Okay.
go up.
This I love very much.
Thank
No, I
you.
can do it.
This bubble travels up the stairs. It's a small spiral staircase onto the second floor. And as you come in, Halaster is walking from one of the rooms to another room, and you kind of make this awkward eye contact as he does acknowledge that he is staring at a bubble of water with a miniature giant seahorse in it. And he looks at you and he says, "You're back very soon. Where are your companions?"
That's the thing. Some stuff went down, and I'm gonna keep this brief for you. Long story short, the Xanathar wants to talk to you.
And you see his already wide, slightly vacant eyes get wider and less vacant.
I know, me too.
And you were able to convince the Xanathar to have a conversation?
It's been a weird day, okay? I can't explain it if I tried. I really can't. But it is happening, and the sooner we get there, the better.
Okay, roll me a persuasion, please. You can have advantage because this is actually a thing.
Okay. Not that I'm thinking I'm gonna roll poorly or anything, but if one were to have to use one's boon of luck, can I ask to use that after I've rolled, or do I have to say that I'm using it before?
Yeah, you can ask to use it afterwards.
Okay, great. I don't even know why I was asking in the first place. This is gonna go great. It was persuasion? Okay. Yeah, dirty 20.
Yeah, absolutely. You hold on to that boon of luck and that inspiration.
Thank you.
So yeah, there's something about this entire situation about the fact that a miniature giant seahorse teleported back to his grand tower in a watery bubble to tell him that the Xanathar wants to speak to him. Like, there's too many things that both don't make sense and do make sense. And your forethought at being the one to come back, but having a plan of, I need to be able to breathe. It was that important. And so he says, oh, well, okay. I'll just need to grab some things, and if we tele do I have to take you back to where is this happening?
You don't have to do anything. But in the interest of time, I do think that that's not a bad idea. I'll fill you in while you get your stuff together. Let's go.
Okay, so he kind of goes from room to room. He goes like downstairs to grab like a spell book, and then like upstairs to grab like a staff, and then in one of these other rooms to grab like a component pouch or something. And you just kind of fill him in on what happened over the last in-game 52 minutes. And yeah, he's ready, and he is, if we're going to teleport, I have to hold your hand. May I? He's like holding his hand like just outside the bubble to kind of like reach in and grab your little fin.
Bill's gonna like kind of turn at an angle to make that easier.
So he grabs your little fin, and you filled him in there. He knows that they're in Skullport. So now I have to roll another teleport. Luck. Not Yellowport, teleport.
Oh, can I just, I'm nervous. Could I do bolstering magic on him?
Sure, what does that do?
For 10 minutes, he'll roll does this count as an ability check? No, huh?
Not really,
Never
but
mind. Never mind.
No. Tell me what it does.
He would be able to roll a d3 and add that to an ability check or attack roll.
I will say that you are helping him by telling him sort of the exactly of where you all ended up, like the top floor of
Okay.
Skullport, hovering over the purple worm, blah blah blah. You'll give him a little bit of an edge on this, but
Okay.
he's very familiar with it, so the range is bigger.
Okay.
This works.
Math.
I had
You're
to
the
check
gears turning.
No, I had to check some stuff.
Oh.
Because he doesn't have any 7th level spells left. Yeah, so you don't teleport exactly to where your friends were. But from where you all land within Skullport, you can see the Xanathar hovering. And additionally, The second Halaster Blackcloak lands in Skullport and people are seeing the Xanathar, people start to clear out. Because two great beings in one place at the same time can never really be a good thing. And so Halaster, having seen the Xanathar, he does his little wizard saunter over there. And it takes you both about 5 minutes to get to the vicinity. And Halaster looks up at the Xanathar, and you see him kind of look up, and he gives a sigh, and he's kind of resigned himself to something, you know? And he's like, this is just a talk. Just a talk. Just a talk. Hey! I'm here to have a conversation. And there's some quick maneuvering that happens above you as Xanathar turns very quickly, and the broom and Marvel have to turn very quickly to avoid the anti-magic. To which, Gale, you also have to move very quickly to avoid the anti-magic. I'm not going to have you all make any rolls for that because you know that you need to avoid it. And the Xanathar begins to float down. And they both kind of come eye to giant eye and say, having a talk? And Halaster says, well, and you see Halaster is desperately uncomfortable because he is standing directly in front of the Xanathar.
Yeah, I was like, I realized in hindsight, put a wizard in front of an anti-magic existence.
Yeah, it's not fun for old Halaster right now. And he says, well, it beats destroying a town that we are both fighting over. And neither of us wants to do that because Skullport is very profitable. And the Xanathar says, so I guess we're doing this. And we'll see what comes of this next week.
Oh.
Yay! Intervention, basically. We did it. We solved the puzzle.
We totally did it, and it's going to go really, really well. And they're going to live happily ever after as the best of friends.
I'm going to start the next episode with trying to make some nice ambient music for them to relax to and feel like less stressed out.
I like this. I like this.
It's
So,
the
yeah.
God thing all over again, but yeah.
I didn't expect to get this far.
Oh, no, not in the slightest.
Yeah, no, not in the... Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No.
That's like 96% of your plans, though, Gabe.
Yeah. And then I never know what to do if it works. I never plan for my plans to work. I always plan for them to not work so I can have a backup to my backup to my backup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we did our
Well,
best.
we will see what comes of this. Halaster is down some spells, so that's
Right.
going to be interesting. The Xanathar is a giant beholder, and there's 4 familiars in the middle of it all as the town of Skullport begins to clear out in the radius of 2 very powerful creatures.
Take them both out.
Yeah. So I will mention all of these familiars you can get in Idle Champions right now with the addition of our fantastic guests, Scotty the Rescue Pup and Dottie the Dandelion. You can get them all in Idle Champions to enhance your game and poke your, what are they called? The little rats and things that skip across the screen. I forgot what they're called. But if you have enough of them, they can grab your coins and stuff.
Yeah.
And we will come back to this, the thrilling conclusion, next week. Good night, everybody.